Eric Strauss and C.S. Joseph. So other theories do offer some solution and interesting way to look at topology. They are, from my point of view, still giving some good points that can counterbalance OPS problems. So C.S. Joseph, with his type grid, has influenced some meaning of my tables of patterns. I also stole his optimistic pessimistic words for my table. So now we'll explain that later. Like OPS, I don't think there are 8 functions, but 4 seeking functions. The other 4 unconscious are more in terms of universal rather than personal. So I actually think using the 4 side of the mind for some sort of explanation of the unconscious function, even though I don't agree with the 4 side. The octagram has been for me something that is not so typology I like. It is more something that is an attempt to do anagram Society quadro value theme. So I think it is highly prone to mistype people, but I do see how they are interesting in the sense of how they scale ideas and expand the horizon. So C.S. Joseph seems to also mix social with types. So I do think he also do that. That a lot of INFJs and ENTJs for C.S. Joseph are about willpower, and I think that willpower is more social type 1 or social type 2. So he's really good in some type of areas. I'm not sure because he's a decider or stuff like that. Kind of experiences that were bad with some types, and I think maybe that he correlated that he don't know really the social type, but so he kind of mixed them with the types sometimes. But overall, Sir Joseph actually type people well. I think that talking with people, philosophy of expansion of metaphysics is better. I mean, not better, but I mean he's focused on that. It's more that he's focused on that, and that he came with things that are useful. I would say matters of attention is really something like it's really summarized a lot of his positions that are very good, I find. And the positions, slot mechanics. No, but I don't agree with this assessment of people because they are for time wrong. So yeah. So that's a problem. Cognitive system, C.S. Joseph is a motivational system. Talking with famous people, cognitive system. So that is inferring skills and cognition. Like I said, I talk a lot about how another typology is skills versus non-skill, and that equals matter of attention, which is not true. So I also agree with the polar dynamic. Yeah, the polar dynamic that explained with the math, and I think that it contributed to that big problem in typology. Even though OPS do forget some function dynamics for animal dynamics. Yeah. So Eric Salt made discussion that polar SI has a harder time for something, and that will mean something as an intuitive pattern. There's a lot of fractal of tendency of slot with OPS. So yeah. Talking with famous people, Eric Strauss does remind me of how animals are a perversion of OPS in a sense that you think that behaviors are only animals, so you don't think in terms of behaviors with functions. And that's kind of the blind spot also of motivational systems, is that they don't have the behaviors. It's really instincts and mechanics. So the blind spot is really cognition and behaviors. So oftentimes they think that a particular mechanic will be about the behavior. So animals over time, they become more about the behaviors, and the functions, they are more like mechanistics, or like just like instincts that derive from being savior thinking or extroverted, something like that. So it forget a little bit the behavioral aspect, and that the behavior is animals and the functions are something else. Instead of forgetting cognition, which is a motivational system problem. Yeah. So yeah, my table. Now we'll talk about my table, I think. But yeah, counterbalance that in the sense that this is a mix of the right element of talking with famous people and C.S. Joseph. That focus more on cognitive functions dynamics, And that's also the why people don't like so much Carl Jung, or they're not so much, but I mean that MBTI was seen as pseudoscience, and that Carl Jung wasn't seen as serious with this typology. Even though the CIA, they use actually the MBTI, it seems, but yeah, like cognitive functions, like it's not like if you know biology, it's like why would use theoretical cognitive functions instead of like looking at the brain It's like it's kind of not something very logical to do in our modern world, but I think that will change, and I will talk about the trends in my PowerPoint later on.